you can bet the vice presidential candidates will be asked about the bailout during their debate on Thursday. But the question a lot of Americans are asking this morning, including some prominent Republicans, is whether Sarah Palin is ready. Early Show national correspondent Jeff Glor is in Columbus, Ohio. Jeff, good morning.
Maggie, good morning to you. This is a state, Ohio, that could once again decide this election. It's one of the reasons why we're here. It's one of the reasons why John McCain and Sarah Palin will be here today as the campaign deals with these continued questions. Sarah Palin has mostly been kept away from reporters, but the interviews she has done are raising eyebrows.
It is from Alaska that we send those out to make sure that an eye is being kept on this very powerful nation, Russia, because they are right there.
The most recent, with Katie Couric, provoked widespread criticism from liberals on the web and a lampooning on Saturday Night Live.
Katie, I'd like to use one of my lifelines. You don't have any lifelines. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna have to get back to you.
But even some conservatives are concerned, including syndicated columnist Kathleen Parker, who said Palin is clearly out of her league and called for the Alaska governor to leave the race.
I think there are a small number of people who will publicly say that they're worried about her abilities as a candidate. I think there's a larger number of people who privately express kind of muted criticism and concern.
McCain himself was asked about the chatter on Sunday.
I'm so excited about the reaction that Sarah Palin has gotten across this country. Huge turnouts, enthusiasm, excitement. She knows how to communicate directly with people. They respond in a way that I've seldom seen.
Palin will be interviewed again today by Katie Couric, which you can see on the evening news. And then Palin is off for a couple days of debate preparation in Arizona before Thursday's much anticipated vice presidential debate in St. Louis. Maggie?
CBS's Jeff Glor in Ohio. Thank you, Jeff. We're joined now by Larry Sabato, professor of political science at the University of Virginia. And here in the studio with me, Republican strategist Leslie Sanchez. Good morning to you both.
Thank you.
Leslie, let me begin with you. After she leaves Ohio, at John McCain's urging, Sarah Palin is getting on a plane, going to Arizona to his ranch for 4 days of intense preparation with his top aides.
Sure.
Do you think 4 days is enough to stop the bleeding?
Well, I think there's definitely an amount of skepticism for any new candidate. It's somebody who's new at a national stage. She does need the debate prep time, but also I think once we get past the debate, it's going to be a really good opportunity for her to go out in the public and get her kind of bearing. She needs to be more comfortable on the stump and stop being so managed, I think, in the campaign.
What do you think, Larry? 4 days enough?
Well, I've seen students do a lot of cramming in 4 days, so I guess it's possible that she could manage to learn enough to do reasonably well in that one vice presidential debate. But that's beside the point. Look, if you're running for president or vice president, you shouldn't have a choice. Your obligation is to run the gauntlet of the press corps. Can they be mean and nasty? You bet they can. It's part of the price of running for national office. And I think the McCain campaign has made a mistake with Palin in keeping her so bottled up. I think that she would do better if she had been out earlier and more frequently. And she's become, as you noted, a lampoon, an object of ridicule, in part because of that Katie Couric interview, which was a real turning point in her campaign.
I'm wondering if the problem is that she's not prepared, Leslie, or that they're over-preparing her, that they're giving her too many talking points and answers, that she's not allowed to just be herself.
I think it's probably a combination of both of them. One, she's a new candidate on the scene. It takes candidates some time to get used to the national pressure and the national media scrutiny. And there is national, it's normal to have that kind of pressure. The media would like to dictate and have more interviews. If she didn't
have the pressure, would she have the answers?
I think it takes time to get comfortable with those policy answers on very intricate details. We have to go back to her executive experience, her experience as a mayor, the fact that, don't forget, governors are really strong and good candidates for national office because the founding fathers wanted them to be laboratories of democracy. They wanted to test ideas. I think she's a proven executive in that sense, and people need more time to see that capacity out on the road.
Larry, I literally have 10 seconds. I just want to know what you're thinking of your Joe Biden.
Well, Joe Biden has his own set of problems. He better be careful not to be presumptuous or arrogant or too dominating in the debate. He has to be careful from his own perspective. He tends to be verbose.
Okay, Larry Sabato said very concisely. And Leslie Sanchez, thank you both.